see. We should be good. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you very well.
All right, awesome. Let's see. Let's check us on live here. We came up high in the search algorithm too. Boom. Perfect. We are back. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. We are live and in full effect off the wall TV, back in the place to be. Oh my
Awesome.
gosh, that was fun. That was a lot of fun, eh, right, JoJo?
Yes, I'm doing good. I'm actually about to inform the latter audience on my device, specifically Instagram, that we are back up and running. So
Yes,
this is good news.
yes. Let the people know. Let the people know. We are back. We are back. Super lit. Looks like the pre-show is still going on.
Yes, it is. Um, Mario just left us, so have to see now who'll be coming up.
Yes. So
Yeah,
they
he
said,
sung basically most of his classics. My gosh, if I was a man, baby,
oh
that one.
yes,
Yeah, Let Me Love You. I'm over here like,
yes, that's
what
the
is that
joint.
song called? Y'all, we're back.
See, look,
Sorry for the
people don't know
delay.
about Mario with the braids.
Right.
People don't know about Mario with the braids. That's the
Right.
one.
Like, all right, I was literally thinking the other day, I'm like, what we need to bring back? Real R&B. And by real R&B, I mean Dancing in the Rain. Like,
Listen,
I'm
I feel
talking
like
sliding.
R&B has not been the same since we've been grabbing air. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
nobody grabs the air anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Grabbing
that's the
air,
real
sliding
issue.
down the wall in the rain, like
This,
in the window. Like I,
no, in the rain is the one. You are absolutely right. Like with the trench coats,
yes,
gotta have a good trench coat. Dancing in the
exactly.
rain, like that is the one.
Yes,
That
certainly.
is absolutely the one. That is hilarious, but so real.
Yes.
Let's see
Everyone.
if I can get this live back going. We are back
Yes.
live, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for
Up and
joining
running.
us. We are
Thank
back
you for
at it.
being patient.
No, seriously, thank you. Thank you so much for your
Yeah.
patience. So worth it, so necessary, and you are so awesome.
Yes.
For real, for real. Oh my gosh. So, is there anybody that you are excited to see?
Ooh, I'm excited to see a lot of people. The one person I've been really like, okay, yeah, I can't wait to see Tiana Taylor.
Yes.
Because I know she actually has a new project coming out.
Hmm.
She just came out with her song, I think, Long Time. Yeah,
Hmm.
it's too short for me. It's like a minute long. I said, no, I need more. But
Right.
she's full of surprises. I mean, she's a singer, actress. She's premiered in Tyler Perry's movie Straw. She plays a cop, if I'm
Hmm.
not mistaken, or detective. But so there's that, and then she's a creative director, so she's like done choreography. She's like really dipped her toes into a lot of different projects, aside from her own. So
Yes.
she has a very creative mind. So I'm really excited to see her. Um, I don't know if you watched last year. I believe it was also the BT Awards. They did the Usher tribute, right? It was like
Yep.
Keke Palmer, Tiana Taylor, Victoria Monet. Love Victoria Monet.
Yes.
Yes, that I was like, okay. So that really wowed me. So I'm really
Hmm.
excited to see what, different directions coming from her, especially.
Yes.
I'm also excited to see Leon Thomas.
Yes.
Okay. Like, talk about coming up. Like, he came from Victorious, which is a Nickelodeon show, by the way, guys, if y'all didn't know. And Leon Thomas has actually been ghostwriting for a lot of artists, like SZA, like everybody likes SZA. But like, what they don't know is he's actually like, did his um writing utensils into her, projects. So, and I, for a long time, I actually didn't know he was a ghostwriter for a lot of popular artists. So when I found out, I was really taken aback, but like in the best way. So I'm like, I saw the talent in Victorious. Like, he was like on them
Mhm.
keyboards. I was like, wow, okay.
Yeah, playing a
And I was
guitar,
young at the
like
time.
what? Yeah,
Exactly. So I'm really excited to see Leon Thomas, and I just like his music a lot too. So, and
for
he's
sure.
collabed with a lot of artists that I like. Like I like Kehlani. He did a song with Kehlani recently on his new album.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's I'm excited for honestly a lot of people. What about you, Art? Who are you excited to see tonight? At the BET?
Well, first of all, I'm super excited that I just saw Maya and LaToya Luckett on the red carpet. That was
Yes.
super nostalgic. Like that took me right back to '98 just now.
Hmm.
That was
Yes.
super fire. But there's quite a few, like you said, quite a few people that have kind of been out and about for a while.
Hmm.
That whether they've been working in the shadows and have now come into the limelight, like Leon Thomas, as you mentioned, and then others that have just kind of been around for a long time, kind of like Kendrick, for example. He actually leads the nominations this year, which is not a surprise after the last year that he has had. You know,
Hmm.
he has really kind of like revitalized what we know as popular music. You know what I mean? And so I really love what he's been doing creatively and embracing conflict and drama and things of that nature and kind of bringing certain ideologies to the surface is really dope. And then yeah, like I'm really excited to just kind of I'm not gonna lie, like I'm not the biggest Kevin Hart fan, but I'll tell you,
Hmm.
like I really do enjoy like watching him just kind of being himself. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like he
Hmm.
really does have a way with with crowds and kind of his own skill set and everything like that.
Hmm.
I really rock with that. Then
Yeah.
we actually looks like we got a world premiere going on the red carpet right now, from Two Chains and it looks like Neo is going on right now.
Yes, I see. I'm looking at that right at this second, actually. Yeah, we got Two Chainz
Uh,
and Neo.
that's a cool
Got a
little
little
collabo
snippet.
situation
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, that speaking of, there's a lot of collabs happening right now with the BET Awards. Like that's super awesome. So I'm really looking forward to seeing who else,
And
we'll,
I
we'll
really feel like
see and who'll collab with who.
Yeah, and I really feel like to your point, like I feel like the collaboration aspect is so necessary,
Hmm.
especially within our community and like with these different genres and different things of that nature. I think that collaboration is really the key to elevation. You
Yes,
know, I
certainly.
really truly believe that.
Hmm. Yeah, and are you touched upon well, I'm all about community. I think that's like important to showcase your community, because I mean, to it's just the entire aspect of just helping people out and elevate, like you said, elevating them to newer heights, something that will take them out their comfort zone, but like in the best way possible, especially if it helps them improve on a creative scale, mental scale, whatever that looks like for that person or people or group. Um, but literally uplifting community and helping amplify those same voices within that community is like important. It's very significant,
Right, right,
especially for
absolutely,
having such a big platform like BET. Like that's important, definitely to showcase things like that, on a mainstream level. So,
absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, super loving that, and I'm excited to kind of see um, a lot of these different. Look at that Sierra and Doechii. So many like I'm super proud of Doechii. Like she came
right.
seemingly out of nowhere and just kind of went
Yes.
stratospherical. It's
You
so
know,
fire.
yes. I I actually didn't know. I didn't know who Doechii was necessarily until she actually kind of hit mainstream. Like, but what really took me back when I saw her Denial is a River video, and I loved it. She's so creative. Um, she's one of those people that has been out for a long time making art, but she was like the underdog. Like nobody, either people barely give her the time of day, so that's why it seems like, oh, she popped out of nowhere. Well, not necessarily. She has always been here, but she's just now getting recognized for her work. We have a lot of people like that. We just talked about Leon Thomas. He's one of those individuals that are that's barely, coming out of their shell and like, kind of just unveiling back and revealing like all of the creative portions of themselves. So like, Doechii, I'm excited to, see her. I think she has 6 nominations. She's actually tied, I believe, with like Drake and some other people. But yeah, she has about 6 nominations for the BET Awards, and she
Yeah, so
deserves
far.
them. So
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm
Hmm.
excited, man, because there's a lot of artists like that. One of the things that we kind of say in this industry is, and actually just across the board, but like
Hmm.
it's kind of easily identified in as a creative because everything that you do is front, face, and center, right? Where you have to be willing to put in 10 years without nobody knowing anything about you,
Yeah.
right? Like basically just, eating dirt, and grinding out just kind of like, like they say, getting it out the mud for an
Hmm.
entire decade or at least the better part of a decade, if not more in certain cases, right? Before anybody, like any, recognition comes your way. You know what I
That is so
mean?
true.
And that's one of the main reasons why. And again, this is across the board, no matter what your discipline is, whether it's
Hmm.
creatively centered or otherwise. The recommendation is for it to be something that you're passionate about, or
Yeah.
that you are, in deep like with,
Yes.
because if that's the case, it's going to be very much easier for you in the
Hmm.
sense, or at least simpler, may not be easier, but at least simpler for you to put the work in without any recognition, for a longer period of time,
Hmm.
right? When you really enjoy the things that you do and just kind of like you're having fun just doing the thing and not
Hmm.
necessarily getting the results from doing the thing,
Right.
then that makes you more equipped to go for, like, because like, RIP, what Nipsey said the best, it's a marathon, right?
Hmm.
You have to be willing to sign up for the long race and not the short sprint, because that short sprint is going to lead to burnout, and it's the one surefire way to guarantee you not reaching the goals that you have in mind to reach.
Preach. That is so true. No,
Yeah.
I mean, since, I've just seen so many different people, whether they're actors, actresses, filmmakers, media personnel. Like, I'll use I'll use Shirley Lee Ralph for example. Original
Oh
Dream
wow.
Girl. Yeah,
Yeah.
right? Now that one. Original Dream Girl, she's been on Moesha. And again, a lot of us knew who Shirley Ralph was, before
Before we
Abbott,
knew her
but
name.
right, but I love seeing especially the newer generation kind of tune into her work now. And it's like it's like, okay, like she's finally getting the recognition that she deserves. So that's always so
What's very
important.
interesting?
Yeah,
What's
and
so interesting is that, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but like,
no, you're
kind of
fine.
like what you were saying is that,
Hmm.
like, I literally found myself, I watch like classic films
Hmm.
a lot, and there is this, I can't remember the name of it. I'm actually gonna look it up, but it's a collab between Sidney Poitier and
Hmm.
Bill Cosby. right? I cannot remember the name of that movie, but
Uh-huh.
I'm actually going to look it up and find that name. I randomly watched it um uh one night, and she was in it. This was a young Shirley Ralph.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, is it? No, it wasn't Uptown. Um, a Piece of the Action. That's what it was called.
Okay.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. A Piece of the Action. It also had a young James Earl Jones in it as well.
Wow,
Yeah.
legend. What?
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So it had a lot of legends
Yeah.
in that joint.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and I'm talking about like she had to be. So the movie was shot in '77. And like I said, this was young Cheryl Lee. Like
Mm-hmm.
she had to be in her 20s or something, or maybe even a teenager, who knows? But
Mm-hmm.
uh, like I said, I just randomly watched it, but when I saw her face, I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, like, wait, she looks familiar. It's like, what is that
I
Cheryl?
know that. I know that face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So so she had to be yeah, she was like 19, 18,
Yeah.
19 in
Mm-hmm.
that film. But
Wow.
like just to go to show you, she's in a film from 1977,
Right.
right? And a career spanning the better part of,
Mm-hmm.
40 plus years. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Damn near 50 years.
Resume is long.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Literally.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's the thing. Since of course since we're on the topic of Cheryl, like she talks a lot about not giving up. Like she mentioned, especially like one of her little TED talks, she mentioned how like she didn't score the role she wanted because of her complexion. She was too dark and she
Mm,
was too this and too that. So to have those, you know, it's already bad enough like being out there in the industry, putting yourself out there to, I guess, quote unquote, and I wouldn't say embarrassed, but more so just to get out of your comfort zone. That's already bad enough. But once you're out there and being told, oh, you can't do this because of this and because of all of these different little aspects about yourself. But obviously, she defied all of those odds.
mhm.
Look how far she's come. Look at where she is.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
that's why it's important you can't allow other people's projections, especially if they're negative, might I add, to be, you can't let that stick to you, because
Exactly.
success is the best revenge. Okay. So
Period.
she didn't have to do a whole lot of explaining in that department. So yeah. Angela Bassett, another one. The list goes
Period.
on, and that's again film, music industry, sports, like it goes on.
Literally. Yeah.
Everybody. But yeah,
Super. Hey, Miss Bree. So Miss Bree is chiming in on the chat,
Oh, hi, Miss Brad.
giving all of the heart love. Thank you so much. We miss you. Love to
Mm-hmm.
see your shining face. That would
Yes.
be great. But we know also that you are doing other things and all the things as we entrepreneurs do. Shout out to Taz Mag, am I right?
Yes. Shout out to Taz Mag. Got
Yes, the
cool
entrepreneur
things.
zine. Yes,
Yes. Oh my gosh. I mean, it's an honor to really be a part of an amazing project like that. Like Taz Mag, we got some pretty cool stuff coming. It's gonna be great. We're already
yes,
great, but we're gonna be great even more.
period. No,
Yeah.
literally. Yeah, like it's just one of those things where, kind of like before a movie premieres, or even like right
Hmm.
now, like everybody knows that BC Awards is going to be lit, but like you have to wait until it actually airs, and you have to be able to watch it live.
Exactly.
Yeah, watch us live, right? That's part of
Hmm.
what we're doing here. Tasmag is dropping soon. So
Hmm.
shout out to all of the entrepreneurs out there, right? So if you're a
Yes.
creative professional, if you are a creative of any kind, this creativity is just like your birthright. We are your community. You belong to us, and we belong to you, right? And so we do the things that we do to benefit you all, right? And so if that's something that aligns with you, please feel free to tap in with us. We have a lot of great opportunities that are coming down the pipeline for the remainder of this year and the years to come. We actually have our next 4 issues planned out pretty strategically. And so there is space if you are a creative entrepreneur and are looking to get access to traditional and digital platforms and audiences, please tap in with us. We'd love to be able to give you access to a brand new audience of people who have been ready and waiting for your creative genius. So tap in with us. Taz Mag, we on the rise.
Don't be shy.
Don't be shy.
All
Yeah,
right.
you cannot be shy, not in this industry.
Mhm.
No man.
Nope, nope, nope. We're called off the wall media for a reason, right?
That's right. That's right. Off the wall.
Yes. I'm just looking right now, the red carpets, and right now, Pretty B is talking to Ryan Destiny. Ryan
Mm,
Destiny, well, obviously she's dating Keith Powers, but also she
mm.
played in Empire, Lee Daniels. I'm sorry, not Empire, Star, still Lee
Yes.
Daniels
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
production. But yeah, so it's just nice to see all of these Black creators and actors and actresses kind of come together for this one event in particular,
Yes.
to really uplift each other. It's like you see things on the news, it's always so and so did that, so and so did that. But to
Right.
finally, yeah, but to see something positive, especially in the Black and Brown community or just marginalized communities in general, it's really an honor to just, see these things play out literally live,
Hmm.
so in real
Exactly.
time. So that's
Exactly.
always a joy. It's always a joy.
For sure, for sure.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like and people underestimate, man. People underestimate the power of these different spaces and places that we create and take up, man. Like you better get in line while you have the opportunity because things
Right.
change quickly.
Oh, yeah.
Things change
Every
really quickly.
everything, most things in life are fickle, so fast paced, sometimes short lived. So it's important to bask in every moment because you don't know when it's your last. Or
Exactly.
may not be your last moment, but you don't necessarily know when you'll ever get that moment again or that opportunity
Right.
again.
You
Yeah,
might it might be a one of one,
yeah.
right?
You know, you it's people we tend to just take things for granted. It's like, no, if it's at your front doorstep, guess what? Shoot, I'm taking that package inside my house, you know?
Yep.
Yeah, like
Yep.
Amazon.
Exactly.
So yeah,
Right.
yeah, like what? So it's just important to just hold on to these little precious moments and opportunities because they don't come by so easily.
Right. Not at all. Not at all. A
Mhm.
lot of it has to be worked for diligently and without reservation in a lot of ways.
Yes.
So Alex is still in line. She's literally waiting to get her assignment, her seat assignment, and so
Mhm.
she has been texting and sending pictures and video
Yeah.
from, behind the scenes.
Right.
Uh, but yeah, Bree's asking.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm excited to hear from her
Yeah, definitely.
directly. Yeah. I know she's been through it, trying to just
Yeah,
make her way through it. Los Angeles, get to the,
right.
Peacock Theater. It's tough
Yep.
out there.
It is, it is. And one of the good things, she is inside of the building. She did show me that. And you know, um one of the well, I mean, honestly, it's getting close to showtime. So we may not necessarily see her face until after the fact. We don't know.
Yes,
So it
right.
might be a little bit
That's
of a
true.
surprise
Mm-hmm.
if she taps in with us. We were hoping to get her before she jumped in there, but all's well either way. She's like I said, she's definitely um one of our business besties, so she's definitely looking after us as far as the media is concerned. So we'll definitely tap in with her when she connects for sure,
Yeah.
for sure, for sure. Let's see what else we got here going on this red carpet.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like they are they're still filing in. It looks like. Awesome.
Yeah, but also I've been noticing the fits. The outfits have been looking pretty good. So
Yeah,
they've
people.
been doing their big one with the fashion and the beauty
Right,
department.
right.
Yeah. So I might have to figure out who's doing their makeup so I can get
Oh,
mine done one of these days.
for sure.
Yeah.
Looks
Yeah,
like
but they're coming in hot with the looks.
Larry
That's
June
awesome.
and the Alchemist are currently walking through right now. Looks like we just
Awesome.
saw Mariah just slide through.
Oh, Carrie, look, she's like she's what she has the Icon Award coming up, or they nominated her for it.
Oh
The
wow, yeah.
Ultimate Icon Award. Yeah, she's on that list
Oh
along
my
with
gosh.
Kirk Franklin. Yeah, and Snoop
Yeah.
Dogg, of course. Yeah,
Oh my God. That's a heavy list. That's a
yes.
heavy list.
Oh
Because I
yeah.
mean, each of them have literally been creating for decades.
Mm-hmm.
Each of them have a 30 plus year run under
Mm-hmm.
their belts, which is
Definitely.
insane. Can you imagine? Like,
Well deserved. I mean, she's
yeah.
timeless. Her music is timeless. Mariah Carey, yeah, she's it's one of those. It's like, it doesn't matter what era or generation. When you put on Mariah Carey, like a 3 month old, no Mariah Carey. When you put
I
on the
mean,
music,
she has literally taken over Christmas.
man, it's literally Mariah's holiday.
It's
Literally,
Mariah's
that's
holiday.
it.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
as soon as Halloween passes, you hear that first,
Yeah, right.
it's a
The
wrap.
vocals.
It's a wrap.
I I look forward to her posts every year. That when she does her little edits, she's so creative, and her production is so creative with that transition between Halloween and Christmas. Because I follow Mariah Carey on Instagram, and it's like once November is out the door and December 1st hits, that's it. Like
Oh my gosh. No, she has been killing it. Like, shout out to her team. Like,
yes,
they have absolutely been killing it with
yes, the
the
visuals with the
drop-ins.
yes. I look forward to it every single year. I'm just like waiting by the phone, like, okay, is it midnight yet? Because that's when Mariah is dropping that her transit, that holiday. I mean, from Thanksgiving slash, to
Yep.
yeah. I'm
Yep.
just like, yeah.
That is so awesome.
I'm
That is so
always
awesome.
just focusing with that.
That is so
But yeah,
dope.
yeah, and she actually just came out with a song, Type Dangerous. So she's still
Interesting.
making music.
Hmm.
So yeah, so that's exciting. But again, when you're Mariah Carey, you can do that kind of stuff. Just it could be years down the line and you have made no music. But once you drop something, you're good to go.
Yeah, that's the testament to longevity, right? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like to be able
Mm-hmm.
to continue doing something at a high level for that
Yeah.
long is a huge, huge feat and a huge accomplishment. Um, I mean, heck, we got dozens and dozens of artists that we can't say the same for. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when you one of them ones,
Mm-hmm.
it's evident. It's definitely evident.
Yes. Certainly, certainly.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. I'm looking forward, which again, I'm jealous of Alex, so she will be literally attending. Okay, so she's getting like she's like getting like the perfect bird's eye view of like
Mhm.
everything, which is so awesome. But I know they're gonna have like some pretty iconic performances. And like just thinking back, like during a time in history, we've had so many iconic performances at the BET Awards, like since it first came out in 2001 up until current, which obviously we don't know what's really gonna pop off tonight. But I'm just thinking back, like we had some monumental slash iconic moments of the BET Awards, like Monique's 2004 performance when she paid tribute to Beyonce,
That was
like that,
brilliant.
that yeah, and I'm just like, oh my goodness, like it was unexpected. Even though I was 4 at the time, that didn't matter. I still managed to watch it and
Whoa,
catch a glimpse,
whoa,
and
whoa. Not so fast. You're
it's
not
like,
gonna
wait
do
a
that.
minute.
We're not gonna just do that now. All right. You didn't have to just kind of rain on us just
Put my
like
double
that.
black.
Like,
Oh my goodness.
golly.
Yeah, I was 4. I was like
Oh my God.
literally,
It's all right. We look the same age now. That's okay.
yeah, right. I'm aware now, but yeah, mm.
No,
I
for
was
real.
still like begging for snacks then. I mean, I'm begging for snacks now, but I was like not worried about life.
Look, while you playing, I need snacks right now. Where is our stage team at? Like, where are we
Right?
going?
Like snacks, please. Oh my goodness. But yeah,
Where's the nourishment?
right. Exactly. So that was I wonder sometimes I think I'm like, is anybody gonna top any of these iconic moments in history? Now that's to be determined because it's really hard because a lot of iconic moments definitely happened in the earlier years. Especially when I mean BET of course still have a lot of meaning now, but I know back then it was a party. You know, I'm just thinking like, man, what's oh, my goodness, Fire and Desire. What's the name?
Oh my
Oh, Rick
gosh.
James.
You
Rick
talking about
James.
Rick
Yeah,
James? Yep.
like yeah, it was his last performance he did with Tina Marie. And like that was an
They
iconic
literally
moment.
they
That was
literally
his
both
last
passed
performance.
right at
Yeah.
like they both passed right after that.
Yes.
Like,
Like right. Yes. And that was like
oh
a
my
big
gosh.
thing. And
That's intense.
that's very intense. But I don't know what's more intense, the last performance of Rick James or Chris Brown's tribute to Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson, that was a good
Uh,
one.
you know, I had watched the clip the other day, and Chris Brown, he could even like the tribute was wonderful, but he could, I think, towards the end when he sung "Man in the Mirror," he broke down crying on stage, and those were like legitimate tears. Because I know um Chris Brown looked up to Michael Jackson a lot, and a lot of his work and his albums and stuff has actually stemmed from or been inspired by Michael Jackson. He has also voiced that on the interviews, and that's known. And oh my God, speaking of, was he supposed to do another one? Or it was insinuated somewhere down the line that BET dropped him. That he was going to do it with Sierra. Mm. Looking back, I'm so sad, and so that would have been iconic. It would have been great for sure.
While you talking about these electric dancers, there was something that you mentioned earlier
Mm-hmm.
uh, with your favorite, Miss Tiana Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, I will put her as a dancer and choreographer up against anybody.
Yep.
Like that is actually what I prefer from her over practically any aspect. And she can do it all. Like her acting is top tier. What was that movie that I'm just gonna have to look that up here in a moment. But her acting is top tier. I would give her like her performance
Mm-hmm.
an 8 on a scale of 10. It was solid, pristine, right? And then her singing, solid. Like she knows her lane. You know what I mean? Like she doesn't try to be Beyonce. She doesn't try
Mm-hmm.
to be,
Right.
somebody else, right? Like she
Tiana Taylor.
definitely fills her gap. You know what I
Yep.
mean? Fills her space.
Mm-hmm.
And it shows, right? It's not, her trying to go outside of her element. You don't hear her doing the Mariah runs. You
Right.
know what I mean? Like but it's still solid, it's still top quality.
Yes.
But man, when she starts moving her body, it's
Seamless.
hard to compete. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
it's like not everybody can do that. Like we talk about the
Right.
triple threats. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Like to be able
Actor,
to sing,
singer,
dance, and act.
producer,
Like
director, choreographer.
singing and dancing at the same time by itself.
Right.
Just that by itself is
Mm-hmm.
top level artistry. Like everybody doesn't
Yes.
have the blessing to be able to do that, and she
Mm-hmm.
pulls it off flawlessly.
Certainly. Yeah, Tiana Taylor is and she's one of course, many artists that do this, but like she just has her own lane. Like you said, she
Yeah,
doesn't try to mimic. She's like an originator. She's like just one of those artists is like if she has a focus, a creative direction, she's gonna make it come to life. And I think that's what's so unique about her because not everybody can do that. Not everybody
there
can,
you go.
make their dreams a reality like she can,
Mhm.
you know.
Mhm.
And she has the tools, resources, and the mind to do it. So why not do it? You know. So yeah,
Yep.
that's honestly impressive, and I think that's why so many people want to work with her.
Yeah.
She has that again creative direction
Yep.
on points.
Exactly. So it looks
That's
like we just got to the end of the red carpet.
yes, I see. The BET Awards are going to commence. Yeah, it looks like Lil Kim is still in the deal. Yeah, okay. We're we're on the road. We're on the road. We're getting there. Awards are-
Okay, no, yeah, I forgot I was watching the AP red carpet. Uh, this is okay. Yeah, so I just got to the end of the BET. So
Mhm.
BET red carpet and live events has just
Mhm.
come to an end, and we will be looking forward to this live show. So we're going to actually take about a 10-minute break or so, and we're going to recommence the live. So if you're tuned in, stay tuned into the channel. We're going to be locked in, and we'll come back in shortly. Okay? So
Mhm.
give us just a few minutes, and we will be right back.